Episode 1: The Birth of AI. From ELIZA to early AI. The journey of today's AI started much earlier than anyone can guess. It didn't begin with a giant computer, but with a simple program from the 1960s called ELIZA. A man named Joseph Weizenbaum at MIT made ELIZA, which was the first chatbot in the world. It worked by spotting keywords and using ready made answers to pretend it was having a conversation, like a therapist who repeats a patient's feeling back to them. If you told it, I'm worried about my job, Elisa might say, how does your job make you feel? It was a trick, but a smart one. But Elisa was only following a script. It couldn't actually learn. To get to real intelligence, we need to jump ahead to the person who would change everything, Geoffrey Hinton, who is called the godfather of AI. Hinton was a scientist who studied the mind and computers. He was focused on one big question: how does the human brain learn? He thought real intelligence wasn't about following a list of rules, which was how most people tried to build AI in the 1970s. The old ways was like having a cookbook. It could only make things that were already in the book. Hinton wanted to teach the machine how to learn to cook so it could invent its own recipes. His guide was the brain, with all its messy connected brain cells called neurons. The brain isn't neat and tidy. It learns by making the connections between its neurons stronger or weaker. He imagined a machine that could learn from what it did, find patterns, and make its own connections, just like our brains do. Most scientists didn't like this idea. For many years, his idea was ignored, and this period became known as the AI winter. While other scientists gave up, Hinton kept going. The main challenge was figuring out how to teach a computer network that had many layers, called a deep neural network. The solution was an algorithm called backpropagation. In a very important paper he co wrote in 1986, Hinton helped make this method a useful way to train these deep networks. Think of it like a coach for a sports team. After a bad play, the coach goes back and tells each player what they could do better next time. The algorithm does the same thing for AI. When AI gets something wrong, it goes backwards to all its connections and figures out how each part led to the mistake. Then it tells each connection how to fix it for the next try. This was the secret that allowed deep networks to learn from their mistakes. But even a great idea is no good without the right equipment. For years, Hinton's ideas were like having the plans for a skyscraper, but only having the tools to build a small shed. Computers just weren't fast enough. Then in the 2000s, powerful computer chips made for video games called GPUs became available. The hardware was finally good enough for his ideas. The real proof came in 2012 at a big competition called ImageNet. Hinton and his students, Alex and Elia, all from the University of Toronto, built a model that they called AlexNet. It marked the moment when deep learning exploded into mainstream AI research and industry adoption. It didn't just win the competition, it completely blew away the old records. It proved that Hinton's deep learning idea was the way forward. The AI winter was finally over. For this important work, Hinton shared the 2018 Turing Award. The A.M. Turing Award is the highest honor in computer science, often called the Nobel Prize of Computing. Hinton won this award for deep learning. Later, in 2024, Hinton was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics for foundational discoveries enabling machine learning with artificial neural networks. The creator's warning. This brings us back to today and warning from the man who started it all. In 2023, Hinton left his important job at Google so he could talk freely about the risks of AI. He used to think it would take 30 to 50 years to build an AI that was smarter than humans. Now, he thinks it could happen in the next 5 to 15 years. He delivered a stark warning about the unprecedented speed of artificial intelligence. AI is advancing faster than expected. He is worried because we are building something smarter than we are, but we don't have a good way to control it. He fears that companies are so busy trying to be the best and make money that they are not focusing enough on safety. Geoffrey Hinton warns that AI is advancing too quickly. Big tech companies are prioritizing profit over safety, and humanity risks losing control if development continues without strong regulations. He believes misinformation, job loss, inequality, and even existential threats are being ignored because companies are racing to dominate the AI market. In the next episode, we will discuss what is generative AI. On this channel, we will explore what AI means for our identity, our ethics, and our future. This channel isn't about complex code, it's a survival kit for the AI revolution. Practical, hopeful, and human. This AI revolution is happening. Let's not just survive this revolution, let's lead it. Let's ride the AI tide together. Subscribe now, and together we will transform the fear of AI into an opportunity. Thank you for watching.